How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse. Today we are here with Olympian Saucony Pro Jared Ward. Jared, how are you doing today?
So good, Connor. It's good to be back here. It's good to be at TRE. It's good to be with you.
Jared,
this is good.
This is where our relationship first started.
So.
Met 2 years ago, and we unveiled a very special shoe back then, Saucony Endorphin Pro. Now we are on version 3. We've got a complete revamp, all new. First on up, give me your first thoughts on this shoe. I know you've been testing it, you're getting ready to race in it. What is all new with this shoe?
Okay, so first thoughts are pink. I think, okay, I can do pink, as long as it's fast, right? And it's fast. You know, I've been testing this shoe alongside other prototypes compared to Pro Plus, compared to Pro 2. And I like it. I'm more efficient in this shoe. I have about 1% more efficient.
Well, when you take a look at it, there's a lot more cushioning underfoot. And when you're saying comparing it to the Pro Plus, the Pro 2, what are you noticing different between this shoe and those shoes? And what are you liking? And maybe what is just going to be a different feel compared to those two?
You know, a lot of the feel's the same. Okay, so we still got, you know, it's a similar shape, which I think Saucony did a great job with, and so the feel is very similar. We have a little bit more stack height and shaved off some of the added weight from the stack height by making the upper so light. So, you know, I haven't done long runs in these. I think I'm gonna love how breathable this upper is. It's like wearing a spike, but the added, it seems, pushing that 40 millimeter mark on the stack height is good for my efficiency at least.
When we talk about the upper, the Endorphin Pro 1, it had a little bit more built up upper, but then we saw the Pro Plus, it got that more track spike upper. Is that something that you enjoy? Do you tend to need that added support for those longer runs, or do you feel like keeping weight as light as possible is a big advantage?
Yeah, for me, lighter better, I say, you know, all things equal, and maybe that comes from, you know, a rooting in shoe technology as lighter is better that we were kind of stuck into for decades. It seemed like the only conversation with shoes 10 years ago was, well, how many ounces are they, right? And so I think, you know, we're still a little bit rooted in that, but it's very clear the efficiency benefits that you get from lighter footwear. It's at the very end of a long lever, and so you know, there's an exponential effect to weight when you get down there on your foot, and so for me, lighter is better. I feel like this stays on well. I had good success in the Pro Plus in terms of it staying on, holding on to my foot well, and so I don't know. I think, you know, there's a spread now, and you know, you want to wear the shoe for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, and you want a little bit more in the upper than that. The original Pro was a fit for that, but I think this is a little faster.
And we see these stack heights continue to grow. Obviously, that companies are getting as close as possible to that 40 millimeter limit. You know, athletes like you.
Some companies are going over it.
You know, you never know how high you can get. I don't know, but the Pro 3 at least will stay right under that 40 millimeter mark. What are you noticing in terms of more cushioning being better for efficiency? Obviously, when you get more cushioning, there's going to be added weight, but like you said, people are going even higher in some cases. Can you go too high?
Well, I think so. I think you can go too high, and it's more about energy return. I say going higher a little facetiously, like beyond the scope of the rules, at least in the world where I live, right? So we got to keep it to 40 millimeters for world athletics and competition's sake, right? But I think there's it's not how high it is, it's how much energy it's returning, and it's how much cushioning is doing a lot of that eccentric muscle loading so that your body doesn't have to do it. And so height's a piece of that puzzle, right? But I don't think it's more is better forever, right? I think that we're probably living in a sweet spot of height, and you know, let's see what we can do within that stack height. You don't want to get too high, or you're less stable. You know, the more height you have, the more there is for you know, the way that your foot's moving inside the shoe and under the shoe with low density foam. So you get too high, you pronate more if you're prone to pronating, right? So I think this is a great height. I feel pretty stable in this height, and I'm very excited about this shoe. You know, like I say, I'm about 1% more efficient in this shoe, and it's a big deal.
Yeah, and for an athlete like you, every percentage point matters, and you're looking at every piece. The foam, the upper, and the one part we didn't talk about this shoe is the plate. We've got a new carbon plate design. Give us a little bit of your thoughts on carbon plates. It seems like every company has a carbon plated shoe now. It's the hot topic. How important is the plate? Do you feel like it's just a piece of the puzzle? Do you think it's more important than the foam? Where do you think it fits in that whole efficiency story?
So to me, the plate is the facilitator for the foam. So I think it's about the foam, and the technology, the energy return that we're getting out of this foam is really where the story is for the Endorphin Pro 3. The plate facilitates being able to use that much low density foam and still keep it together and not blow through it. And so the plate's a facilitator, I think.
Well, I'm excited to hear that you're getting efficiency benefits. You've been testing it. You like the feel. I guess the real question is, when are we going to finally see this shoe on your feet? When are we going to see some new PRs out of Jared Ward?
Man, sooner as opposed to later, right? I don't know. I'm excited for as soon as they're ready to put it on the market.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited. I want to test it out, get it on my feet for myself. I'm extremely excited to see what this shoe can do, how fast it can go. I'm looking to get a PR myself, so I think this shoe is going to be a fantastic option for anyone looking for a high-level carbon-plated racer in 2022. If you're looking to get this shoe on your feet, you can find it at Running Warehouse in June 2022.